So yeah, I wouldn't find out until later, and while watching these videos, connect all the orbs that you could see. Now, some of them I think could be specks of dust, but there's a lot of orbs in this video, and later on I would have very, very significant spiritual experiences with spirits, unfriendly spirits and very friendly spirits. So I'm gonna have to do a story time on what happened in that hotel room. But yeah, all the orbs that you see, now I understand what I was and what was in store for me that night. So yeah, pay attention to the orbs. I'll try and circle some and point some out. But yeah. Also stay tuned soon for the story time on what happened in that hotel room because you guys, OMG. Oh, also shout out to DG Classic for my little light show in the background. Gives you that little astrology theme, so I love it so much. It's so adorable. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you for supporting the channel and just watching me grow and ascend with me. So I just wanted to do a quick little video talking about the upcoming eclipse that we have on November 19th. So yeah, it's going to be a lunar eclipse. So in order to have an eclipse, we have to have a full moon. So the Earth and the Earth is exactly between the sun and the moon, right? The Earth's going to be blocking out the moon, and it's going to be happening in the nakshatra, which nakshatra is a constellation, and the nakshatra called Kritika, which is symbolized by the knife. And Kritika has to do with purifying and cutting out what's unneeded and what doesn't serve you. So, eclipses are really important times in our lives that allow us to release things. So it's like a double whammy being in the nakshatra of Kritika. So you may be taking on new hobbies, new tasks, new jobs, new partnerships, and releasing old ones. And it's going to be like in your face, basically, like really vividly in your face of releasing what doesn't serve you and stepping into what does. And, you may need to step out of your comfort zone in order to grow and evolve. So just pay attention to what's going on in your life. And just, yeah, use this advice and know that, even if you don't follow the transits, the advice that I'm giving, it plays out in everyone's life, whether or not they know about astrology. So I just think that it's a really interesting way to interpret the matrix, and I'm just a medium here doing it, trying at least, trying my best. Yeah, it's a really important transit. And so hopefully I can give you a little bit of a heads up for what's coming. And then we're going to have another eclipse in December, a solar eclipse. So yeah, that should be interesting. But yeah, it's important to release things, even though we get used to them. We get used to certain ways of life and certain people and certain types of relationships and partnerships, and some things may be really difficult to let go of. I was just recently let go from, or not even let go, but I couldn't even begin a contract that I was really counting on. It was a huge plan for me, but knowing this eclipse that's coming, I have to stay positive and know that the reason that I didn't get this contract is because it doesn't serve my highest good. I have to stay in the positive mindset because really it's all about perception. You know what I mean? And so yeah, purification. Also, like the Kritika Nakshatra in the modern day has a lot to do with name and fame. So some people may be getting a little bit of notoriety or accolades for achievements, or something you may have been working hard on. You may notice yourself getting recognition, which hopefully is going to be a good recognition, right? Yeah, we can only hope for that. But so yeah, I don't know if it's quite fair to do an analysis on like moon signs or sun signs or ascendants or whatever, because I don't know what planets and conjunctions and aspects we're working with. But what I can say is that it's definitely going to be, I mean, eclipses are typically about letting go of things, but This just happens to be in the nakshatra of Kritika, which is like double purification. So yeah, it could be painful for some, having to release certain situations or people or ways of thinking. Also, we just went through this 1111 portal, which is pretty exciting for me. I'm really blocking out this beautiful view because I felt like the light was too bright. I can think better with the better view. You know what I mean? I'm just here in Biloxi right now, trying to get some editing, and thought I'd give a little um eclipse analysis. I get really excited for I mean, even new moons and full moons I get excited for, but eclipses are even more of a big deal, and it's interesting to watch them play out in your life once you understand how it affects you. And just pay attention to your life, pay attention to the people, pay attention to what's going on around you, and you'll be like, wow, it really does affect me. It really is affecting people around me. I don't know if there's going to be too much overexposure with this lighting, but God, it's so beautiful. Let me show you. I wish I could sit on the balcony or something. Maybe I could find a place outside. Haven't been down there yet. But so yeah. And eclipses have to do with like sudden and unexpected like events. So, oh, there's my sister. Like that. Hey. Hey. What are you doing? You're freezing it off? Okay. Are you using some type of cream, or are you using like a machine type thing? Uh-huh. Yeah, I've heard of it. See, and I was just recording a video about the eclipse. So I'm talking about releasing things and like suddenly like letting things go and purifying. And that's why I decided to keep the video recording while I answered your phone, because I knew it was going to have something to do with what I was talking about. So you guys are getting rid of a wart. It's a circle. You know what I mean? You're burning it off, getting rid of it. You're purifying it, getting rid of something that's unneeded. So there you go, right there. I mean, astrology is just perfect. It's omens. Everything around us is symbolic. So that's really interesting. What else you guys got going on for his birthday party? Your eyebrows look cute. Thicker than usual. Sisters, not twins. That's what I always say. I'm at the hotel room, just been doing some editing forever. I did cardio this morning. I'm fixing to go down there and do strength and take a break from editing. 20 minutes on the elliptical. Oh my God, I don't know how. Well, as you can see, I am back home, back in the bayou, and I did not get to finish filming talking about the eclipse. Now, I know the days are coming close. It is now November 16th, and like I said, the eclipse is on the 19th, but it's not only that one day which you will be affected by. Eclipse will, of course, they will have lasting effects on the rest of your life, but in particularly the next 6 months. So you're going to be releasing and purifying yourself, your situations, and, acquiring name and fame. Yeah, like sudden events, sudden and unexpected events with eclipses. And yeah, sometimes they can be painful, sometimes they can be difficult, but it's for the greater good. And this is a really great nakshatra to have an eclipse in, because we also have Rahu, the north node of the moon there, which is exalted in the sign of Taurus. Yes, this eclipse is happening in the sign of Taurus. So it could have something to do with finances, things that you hold close to you, assets, earnings, personal values, family, finances, etc., etc. Pretty sure I just said finances, but not for everyone, just depending on which house. And like I said, I don't want to give like an in-depth analysis because, like I said, I don't know your ascendant. I don't know which house this is taking place in. I just wanted to give like a general overview of the energies and the way they're going to be affecting us in more of a generalized way. Now, if I have your time and date of birth, location, then we can get more accurate, we can get more detailed. But for this video, just to keep it more general, I wanted to just, give more of a vague explanation of what it means. And like I said, even if you don't understand astrology, these things are going to affect you whether or not you follow it. Astrology is just a way to interpret this matrix of reality that we're living in. So yeah, this divine science was passed down from the sages, and I believe that it was channeled by divine beings, divine humans. I mean, we're all divine, but I believe some more than others incarnated for very important reasons to pass on said sciences in which we could use to better our lives and to help us understand this world and to become closer to our Creator. So yeah, to understand our karmas, dharmas, and dharmas, and just the way that our life's going to unfold, the blueprint a little bit more clearly. So I don't know if you could see in the background. You may have to rewind the video, or maybe I'll put something in the beginning, a little disclaimer, where you can see like orbs moving around me. So in this hotel room, okay, last week I stayed at the same hotel, and the first night that I stayed there, I was terrified, couldn't sleep all night, and I was so terrified that I almost was going to wake Kenneth up and like get him to comfort me, but I didn't wake him up. But that night, when I filmed that video that night, I had the most terrifying sleep paralysis, and I'll have to do a story time, but you can see orbs flying all around me. But not only did I have terror and sleep paralysis and like a really like, oh my God, the most horrible, angry spirit like grabbing and pulling at me. Like it was so real. I was so scared. I had to wake up and wake him up, turn on the light, and like calm myself down. It was so scary. I'm gonna have to do a story time. But I also had incredible heart chakra openings, and also going to have to do another story time on heart chakra openings. But just reading about the CIA's report on the hemisync process, the gateway process of synchronizing the brain hemispheres, and hearing the scientific explanation of what a heart chakra opening is, how the blood flow, whenever it's slowed down to a certain point, in meditation, when you can slow your blood flow, your heartbeat down, the blood flow, whenever they, whenever the blood flow, whenever they collide with each other, it creates the heart chakra opening feeling. So in a scientific sense, when you can have your heart rate that slow and that rhythmic, then technically, yes, you can deal with situations in a more compassionate way. You can stay calmer. You can give and receive love in a more ascended way, right? So we have these philosophical terms of, these spiritual, these woo-woo terms of what the chakras are, but it's so interesting to have like an actual scientific explanation of what's going on in the body when we have these chakra awakenings. But yeah, so the eclipse will be this video isn't just for, oh man, it's already been the 19th and I'm just now watching this video. No, this video is useful at any time. Energy is fluid, and time is just a trip of the nervous system in order for us to have memories that make sense, right? So even if years later, if you're hearing this, it's still meant for you, the message. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of wrap that video up and let you know that there's going to be a story time coming soon on what I experienced in that hotel room. Yeah. But anyways, don't you know I love you to death? You're the most beautiful thing God ever created. Long live the infinite creator.